So, I've got my speakers outside, but they're hooked up to the Wi-Fi in my living room. Now, what do I do when I have to change the volume or I want to change the station? The music is coming from an old TIAC receiver and from the cable box, and I can change stations here with my remote control, but for that I have to walk into the living room every time.
I could reach the living room from the backyard using a radio frequency wireless remote, but the only way to get that to control the tuner in the cable box would be to relay the commands to an infrared on the IR remote. I found a cute wireless remote with a receiver card on my favorite Chinese shopping site for just $6. And Arduino is the perfect solution for sending infrared commands. I have to thank Ken Sheriff for writing the great IR remote library. You'll have to download and install that one. And the second thing you'll need is to hook up an infrared transmitter diode. You can use something like the schematic I got here from the SparkFun site.
But how do you know which codes to send? And the answer is pretty simple. You read them from your remotes. What you'll need to do that is a little component called an infrared 38 kilohertz receiver. You can get one of those for $2 at Deal Extreme. Here's the Arduino setup. You plug your IR receiver into a breadboard, give it the 5 volts in the ground, and take the signal back to your Arduino. Plug it in the case of the IR example we're going to use, it goes into pin number 11. To read the IR commands from a remote control, I use one of the examples in Sheriff's library. The one I use is called IR Record. Let's double click that. And once again, thanks to Sheriff. I see this is copyright 2009 Ken Sheriff. And all I need in here is actually the last part of the loop. So let's go down to the loop. And you'll see I'll just comment out most of it, and I'll just use the last part here. This is a place where he calls this IR receive decode thing and store code, and I get rid of the last line because I don't need that either. Let's upload this to the Arduino. We're compiling, and done uploading. Ken's example prints to the serial, so turn on the serial monitor up there, and let's start sending commands here. 1. If you press too long, you get repeats. That's not a problem. Here it's up, down, left, right, enter. Let's try it a few times, make sure you get something consistent, and those numbers that you get there, the letters and numbers, the hexadecimal values, and the type of the command, that's what you need. In this case it's a NEC protocol, and like the last one is the FF32CD.
The Arduino software is pretty straightforward and simple. I'm not going to walk you through it, but you could freeze frame and take a closer look if you want to. Basically, you're throwing the 4 signals from the receiver card into 4 digital inputs, and whenever you get a signal, you send out the infrared command, the same ones that you measured from your IR remotes. And finally, you have to build a box and install everything inside it. I mounted the infrared transmitter diode in a separate box on top with some Velcro so I could turn it left and right. And here you see it. Incidentally, you can see it blink with the camera, but not with your eyes. The trickiest part in this whole project is convincing your wife that the living room wall would look great with a black box and a few wires hanging out of it.
So there you are, nice weekend project with an Arduino, and now I can sit outside and whenever I like the song, up goes the volume.